Yes, we are live now. We are live. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Jenny. And
Hi,
hello, Ben.
Ben.
Hi.
Hello. So, all our audience, our beloved audience, okay? So, comment plus one if you are watching us. So, comment plus one if you are watching us, okay? Or you can show us your love. Okay, today we have two pretty ladies accompanying me. That's a nice one. That's the best ever. After 18 lives we ever made, okay, that's the best one. We have two beautiful ladies. Okay, so today we have Cindy from Growing Malaysia, Sendirian Berhad, and she's a dietitian, very experienced dietitian. And we have another senior physician from 1TCM, Jenny. Okay, and today Ben Lu is only top here. Okay, today my job is just to moderate everyone. Okay, so okay, what is our topic today? So today we're going to talk about nutrition. Okay, nutrition for lactation. Okay, so nutrition for lactation. So that's why I said today Ben only sit here and talk because for lactation part, BENPHYSIO does not have much role. Okay, except advising on the breast setting lah, which we had it about 2 lives ago. Okay, so today we have very honor lah. We have two expert, okay, health expert to give us a little bit more hints and tips for lactation for our new mummies. Okay, so shall we? So we have 15, 16, okay, increasing eyeballs actually. So shall we?
Yep.
Okay, Cindy, I pass the mic to you.
Thank you, Ben. Okay, so without further ado, let me do a slide sharing.
So today we have Cindy, okay, and we're also giving away our slides today, huh? So comment slides if you want our slides.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Ben, for inviting Groway to be one of your guest speaker. So today I'll be sharing about nutrition for pregnancy and lactation. Okay, so we'll start with pregnancy first. Now, for most of Malaysian, actually, how much do you know about what's going on in terms of pregnancy and nutrition in Malaysia? So let me share some facts with you. Okay, so 67% of Malaysian mothers in the rural areas actually have nutritional anemia. In Chinese, it's called 贫血 during pregnancy. Okay, not only that, 65 to 75% of Malaysian women with gestational diabetes, which is diabetes during pregnancy, were either overweight or obese before pregnancy. Okay, so now we are in Malaysia with a lot of sunshine. However, very sadly, 72% of Malaysian pregnant women in their third trimester actually have vitamin D deficiency. So this is a little bit worrying. Okay.
So because we cannot bring the sun into the home? That's why you got all this vitamin D deficiency.
Okay.
Or they always hide under the roof.
That's a good question. So it's because research shows that the best hours to get vitamin D from the sun is between the hours of 11 a.m. to 3. So now how many of women will actually be bothered to go out there and get some sunlight, at least about 20 minutes to half an hour? So that's another question.
Yeah. Yep, correct.
All right. So moving on, so let's talk about in terms of breastfeeding, what are the nutritional concerns in Malaysia? Okay, so some facts to share with you. 80% of low-income Malay mothers tend to breastfeed only for 3 months. Okay, so actually breast milk is the best nutrition for baby. However, lesser and lesser moms are actually feeding longer than expected. Okay, so and research also shows that inadequate breast milk consumption, and if you rely too much on complementary foods like solid foods, etc., these are the key reasons why Malaysian toddlers aged 12 months to 24 months are anemic. So this is also a big concern. Okay, so now how to be healthier mothers and how to have healthier babies. So just some tips to share with you all. All right, so a common question that most people will ask is healthy weight gain for Malaysian pregnant mothers. Okay, so this is a data from the Malaysian Health Ministry. So before pregnancy and during pregnancy. So before pregnancy, if you are underweight, your expected weight gain during pregnancy is 12 to 18 kilos. And the normal BMI, just for information, those who don't know how to calculate BMI. So BMI is weight in kilogram on height, so weight divided by height. All right, so the normal healthy weight gain during pregnancy is 11 to 16 kilos. And if you're overweight before pregnancy, your expected weight gain during pregnancy is 7 kilos to 11 kilos. Okay, so then what are the recommended nutrient requirements for Malaysian pregnant and breastfeeding women? So this is a little bit of the numbers here, so please bear with me. So again, this is also from the health ministry. So if you're looking into pregnant and lactation in terms of the energy requirements on a day-to-day basis, so pregnant mothers generally require lesser, okay, as compared to those in the breastfeeding stage. Okay, but in terms of protein is needed for muscles. Those in the breastfeeding stage tend to require a bit more. Okay, calcium content, both pregnant and as well as lactating mothers need the same amount, which is 1000 mg a day. Okay, so if we go down the list, actually the next important nutrient that most gynae will be focusing on is folate, so that you have a healthier baby. Okay, so pregnancy, you require more folate as compared to your breastfeeding or lactation period. Okay, so is this okay so far?
A lot of numbers.
Yes, a lot of numbers. Okay.
Yes.
So for viewers, if anyone don't understand, feel free to drop us a question after. All right. So moving on, I'll pass on to Jeannie.
Yep, sure. So Jenny will share with us. All right. So the tips on nutrition, right? On lactation from TCM point of view. Okay. So before that, okay. So for those audience who just come in, so very it's our honor for BENPHYSIO to have two beautiful girls today. One Cindy from Groway, and another girl from Jenny from a physician from 1TCM. So they are going to teach us or give us some tips, okay, about lactation. All right. So if you have friends who have a newly born baby, or you have friends who are pregnant, or if you are going to plan for pregnancy or whatever, okay, tag your friends, okay, so that your friend can gain something from here. Because I find that this is a very rare opportunity so far in the I think Facebook Live or what, to have Western plus Eastern, okay, to give opinions on the same topic. All right, this is very rare. Okay, so therefore, if you have friends, okay, do tag them. All right, so that we can share some simple tips with them. All right, so Jenny, your turn.
Okay, so today I'm going to share with you on how TCM look at breastfeeding.
Yep, hold on, sorry. Okay.
Okay, so I will cover on the common problem that most mommy will face during lactation, and then the causes to these problems, and also some anatomy and a little bit of massage on how you can help yourself if you have these problems. So the most common problem that mommy will face during lactation is hypoglycemia and aglycemia. I'm not sure if the audience can see the slides.
Hold on. Something went wrong. Okay, yes, it's back.
Okay, so hypoglycemia is that it means the low production of breast milk, and then aglycemia is the absence of breast milk. So this one normally it occurs at the beginning stage of the confinement. And then postpartum breast engorgement is the tension feeling in the breast, normally caused by the overflow of milk. Normally because the mother is too tired to wake up to breastfeed, or they didn't pump on time, or the breast is already full of milk, then the baby is not hungry yet. But then this one normally it can be relieved after the baby successfully and effectively sucks the breast. Okay, and then if after you have the tension feeling, but then you still don't want to pump, and you don't breastfeed on time, then you may cause a blockage to happen. And after a long time of blockage, it may cause infection and inflammation on your breast. which is mastitis. And then the breast abscess is the complication of mastitis. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yep.
today I will be more
So,
focused on talking about the hypergalactia and agalactia, because more mommy, they will be more concerned on how they can help themselves to increase the milk production. So before I go into the common causes of hypergalactia and agalactia, I need to let you know that in TCM, we look at breast milk as it is a production from mommy's chi, blood, fluid, and essence. And the secretion of breast milk depends on the flows of liver chi. Okay, so this two is very important because later you have to link together with the causes lah. So the first one is the weak spleen and stomach function, where the spleen organ that we talk about here is not that spleen organ in our anatomy. So in TCM, when we talk about an organ, we are more likely talking about the functional activity of this organ. So spleen and stomach is often linked together, and they cover mostly the function of the very similar to our digestive system, where it covers the absorption of nutrients, the transformation of the nutrients into qi and blood, and also the digestion. So if you have very weak spleen and stomach function, then you will have problem with your absorption and also the transformation of the nutrients into qi and blood, where you don't have enough supply to form your breast milk. Okay, so how do you know if you have a weak spleen and stomach function? So some people, they will have symptoms like bloated stomach, or they have frequent burping after food. And then some people, if it's more severe, they will often experience loose stool as well. So in clinical, actually, I also find that people who they have weak spleen and stomach function, especially since they are young, they are more likely to experience more severe morning sickness during their pregnancy. Some, if they are very severe one, then they may have the morning sickness all throughout their pregnancy period also.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so one of the causes of qi blood deficiency is due to the weak spleen and stomach function. Then sometimes qi blood deficiency can be caused by also the prolonged labor process, where it will be consuming too much of the mommy's energy. And then mommy also may tend to lose too much of blood during their labor process. So this is another reason how their qi and blood deficiency happens lah. And then, so as I said just now, so qi blood is one of the substance that forms our breast milk. So it's like so if you don't have enough qi and blood, so you don't have enough substance for the formation of the breast milk. Yeah, correct.
Yep.
So you will see why Chinese, when they do their confinement, they like to tonify a lot. They'll be bou hei, bou hui, drink a lot of soup, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But what I know is during the during the confinement, you also cannot simply bou hei and bou hui, isn't it?
Correct.
Bou hei means
that one I'll talk
recover
about
the
it later.
qi. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So the third one is qi stagnation. So why is qi stagnation? Qi stagnation, this one mainly we are talking about the liver qi stagnation. So remember just now I mentioned that the secretion of our breast milk depends on our liver qi flow. So if your liver qi doesn't flow smoothly, it's stagnated, then it will affect the secretion of your breast milk. So it might cause blockage. So how is your liver qi stagnated? It is mostly related to our emotions. So in confinement, mummies, they tend to, especially the new mummies, they tend to be very worried and very nervous with their newborn. So it will cause the improper flow of their qi in their body lah. Okay, so it's very important to take care of your emotions during your confinement. And then the last one is the excessive damp phlegm. So some of you might not know what dampness is. Dampness in Mandarin, it is 湿气. So in science,
wet qi.
Wet qi.
Wet qi, yes.
In science, we know that our body is built up by around 60% of water. So this water, they are supposed to be flowing freely in our vessels or in our organs performing their functions. But then if there is excess water accumulating at one point, it will become turbid and form dampness. And dampness over time, it will become phlegm. So how does dampness come from? So it is mostly caused by our poor digestion, weak spleen and stomach function, or our poor diet, like to consume cold food, ice, 珍珠奶茶, okay, and also our environment as well. So how does dampness affect our breast milk? Is that when dampness, if it's accumulating in our meridian, it will affect the meridian qi flow. So if it's in our stomach, then of course it will affect your absorption of nutrients as well. Okay, so from here you can see that, yes.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so from here you can see that these four causes, they are actually interlinked between each other. So in TCM, we see human as a whole. So sometimes you have one problem, but then the causes to your problem may not be just one single cause. It maybe have a few causes. It's complicated most of the time. And then you can also see that the most important organ related to our breastfeeding is the spleen, stomach, and liver.
So do you have any tips for us to loosen our qi?
Yes, of course. Later we'll have this. Yeah. Yep. So I will show you what meridians. Some of you may not know what meridians is. Okay. Meridians is the invisible pathway in our body to allow our body energy qi to link our organ, our skin, tissues, and all our parts together. It's like highways. It's linking our cities together. Okay. So as much as we don't like traffic jam, of course, we don't want our meridian to be blocked as well. So it's very important to keep your meridian qi flowing freely. Okay, so we can see that the main meridian flowing through our breast is spleen, stomach, liver, and kidney channel. So spleen, stomach, liver is very important. And then kidney channel is also important because in Chinese medicine, kidney channel is in charge of the water metabolism in our body. Okay, so next we'll go into the anatomy. Okay, so here you can see that our breast consists of the fatty tissue, and then you see on the right picture the green color lines. That one is our lymphatic vessels, and then you can see underneath is flower-shaped tissue. That one is our mammary gland. So why you need to know this one is that you have to know how it looks like, so that later you know how you can do the massage when you breastfeed. Okay, so next I will show you how you can do a little bit of massage for yourself if you have a breast tension or you have a very mild blockage.
Engorgement? Is it applicable if we have this engorgement as well?
Yes, engorgement. All right, so yes.
For audience.
But then
so
if
Jenny
the blockage
going to
is
show
quite
us.
Serious, if the blockage is quite serious, then you have to seek for other help. Like maybe you have to find urikaka, or you have to find a physician for herbal help. Okay.
Yep. So actually before this, right, our BENPHYSIO Live, we talk about engorgement. So actually we do encourage to have hot pack, okay? Hot pack around the breast for the engorgement, not for mastitis. If there's an infection, inflammation already, hot pack is not usable anymore. That way you need to seek for medical consultation. All right, if you just feel engorgement, feels a bit hardening, yes, you can apply some hot pack around the breast area, not the nipple, but around the breast area. Yes, okay, but again, back to what Jenny says, so engorgement is because the milk is producing, right? But it's not coming out, isn't it? Yeah, so that's why either you get a baby to suck or you get a machine to suck for you, right? Yeah, so, but what I know also is because we need to do some loosening, right? To make the engorgement loosen so that the milk can come out. Correct? Yeah. So are you're going to show us, right? Something?
Yes, correct.
Like
Yeah.
what you're going to
Okay.
show us,
So
how to massage
so
the
today
breast.
I don't have a fake breast, so I'm using a
Okay.
panda here. Okay. So you
Yeah.
have to imagine the panda head is the breast, and then the nose
Mm.
here is the nipples. Okay.
Okay.
So
The nose is the
sometimes
nipple,
you, yeah. So
Okay. Okay.
sometimes you might not have the electric pump or on your hand, and maybe your baby is not hungry yet, so you have to pump by using your own hand. So it's
Mm.
important to know how you pump using your own hand lah. So
Mm.
before you pump, you have to relax the muscle on your breast. So you have to do a little bit of massage like this. Okay. And then you can tap on the breast to relax the muscles. Okay, then only you pump the milk by using your fingers. So you place two fingers on top and the bottom of the nipples, and then you place a cup here. Then you just squeeze it. Okay, this is how you pump the breast milk using your hand. Okay, and then other than that, when if you are the breast is very hard, then you want to make it easier for your baby to breastfeed, so you can do a massage in the picture, like in I show in the picture number one.
Sorry.
So picture number one, you can do the massage in circular way inwards to your the nipples. Okay. Then picture number two, three, four is actually the same, where you do the massage towards the nipples, like how the mammary gland grows. Now, just that two, three, four is they are using different way, like using one finger or two finger or using your palm. Okay, understand?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so that's all from my side for now. So I'll pass back to Ben, and later I'll have more tips
Okay.
on how you smoothen your lactation
Yep.
journey.
So thanks, Jenny. So, mommy, having milk tea doesn't mean that you will improve your milk, correct? Jenny? Having
Right.
milk tea doesn't mean that you will improve your milk. And another way around, right? It may give you more
It
problems. It
may,
may make your
yeah,
milk
it may
stuck.
increase the dampness in your body.
Yes, and one more thing from what Cindy says just now, having milk tea, what happened? Sugar high. So you have sugar high, you will gain weight, so you become overweight. So we are not saying milk tea is no good, but from what our expert says here, okay, think about it. Think about it. Okay, think twice before you drink. All right. So next, I think Cindy is going to share with us about some simple meal plan, okay, for
Yeah.
our Malaysian mummies. Okay, simple meal, what you want to eat, or simple what you want to eat, right, during the
Yeah.
lactation.
Yes.
Yes,
I
yes.
guess
Yeah,
because
because
no, you go
Malaysia
ahead.
too much food already. Yeah,
Yes,
Malaysia
we
too
are
much food
surrounded.
already. So if you don't give advice, right, I think people will whack everything. Yeah, people will whack everything. Okay, dim sum, nasi lemak, roti canai, can Cindy? Can we have that?
I guess moderation is the key.
Okay, okay. So
Mm.
we will have Cindy, okay, to explain to us, huh? Okay,
Yep.
Cindy, your turn now. Yep.
Thank you. So thanks, Ben, and thanks, Jeannie. So again, like I say, when you're pregnant, so obviously a lot of people will have headache as to what you can and cannot eat. So just some examples of a sample meal plan that you can use as a guide. All right. So going through the few key meals here. Again, if let's say you're aiming for around 2,000 kilocalories a day, this is usually for pregnancy. Okay, so breakfast time you can have like fried rice with a bit of vegetables there, and then of course you need some protein, so you can add about half a drumstick. So if you like your milk tea, but I would suggest have a healthier version, you can have a bit of tea, a lighter tea, and with a quarter cup of low-fat milk. Morning tea can be something like appam or with a bit of milk. Okay, and then lunchtime you can have your favorite bihun soup if you like bihun soup with some fish slices, vegetables, and some fresh fruits, papaya. And also, if you want to quench your thirst, you can have some homemade honey lemon drink. For afternoon snack, you can have those the freshly made popiah, okay, and also maybe one glass of low-fat chocolate drink. For dinner time, obviously, most Malaysians tend to have rice, okay, so we will have about 1.5 cup of rice, some vegetables, fish, and then of course, don't forget your fresh fruits as well as water. So again, if let's say your energy requirements is a little bit higher, for example, during breastfeeding stage or lactation stage, so you can consider again, if you're using fried rice as an example, okay, you just need to add on one more egg onto your fried rice, okay, then your drink can be the same like a tea. For morning tea, if you want some variety, you can have some donut, okay, some nice banana and a low-fat milk. For lunchtime, again, if you're looking into bihun soup, so what you need to do is that the same pattern, you still need your papaya, but what you can have is just a little sweet tooth there, so ice cream cup. Okay, so for afternoon tea, you can consider things like curry puff and then low-fat chocolate milk. And then dinner, you can have your white rice again, vegetables, fish, apple, and water. Again, this is just a suggested sample meal plan. Okay, so then when it comes to Malaysia, obviously we are surrounded by a lot of different kueh. Okay, and most of them are very yummy, so hard to resist. But just one suggestion: when you are pregnant or when you're breastfeeding, it's good to limit the unhealthy choices. For example, instead of popiah goreng, can go for popiah basah or the nice handmade ones. Instead, for those kueh that are very, very sweet or have a lot of santan, you can have the options that are lesser in terms of santan or sugar. If you're really into curry puff, I mean, again, moderation is the key. Maybe you can alternate or have them switch to light sandwiches instead. Okay, so now I want to highlight some frequently asked questions that I normally get from pregnant as well as lactating mothers. So hopefully these are some of the questions that some of you have in mind as well. Okay, so first question, do I have to eat for two? Okay, so obviously the Malaysian food pyramid is nice and there, but how ideal it is, how practical it is for most pregnant mothers, very hard to say. All right, so the answer for this, do I have to eat for two? Basically, healthy eating during pregnancy and while breastfeeding is not about eating for two. Okay, so it's about eating a nutritious diet. So in fact, like what Ben said just now, if you overeat, it might create or lead to excessive weight gain. So I'm sure you don't want to be too overweight while you're pregnant. Okay, so next one, another frequently asked question. If you have very bad morning sickness during pregnancy, will your baby starve? Okay, so my suggested answer is that if you don't properly manage your morning sickness, you and your baby may be at risk of malnutrition, which is undernutrition. All right. So my suggestion is to try small frequent meals, which is 6 small meals a day. All right. Then also to drink water and nourishing fluids. When I say nourishing fluids, it can be like milk, milkshake, but not too icy cold milkshakes. Okay, Milo if you do not have gestational diabetes. Those are some suggestions. All right, and then avoid fatty, fried, spicy food. So all the rich taste one, please limit or avoid. Okay, and then of course when you have bad morning sickness, you need to avoid those with strong odor, means strong smelling ones. Especially when someone is cooking in the kitchen, try to stay away if possible, unless you are cooking for yourself. Okay, so another one is another frequently asked questions is that do you need vitamin and mineral supplementation, or is it necessary during the stage of pregnancy and breastfeeding? Okay, so during pregnancy and breastfeeding period, generally women do have increased nutritional requirements for herself as well as her baby. All right, so daily intake of micronutrients, which is like vitamin and minerals during pregnancy, it is crucial or important to minimize those pregnancy related complications, as well as to help your baby grow healthier inside your womb. Okay, so then research also shows that the requirements of many micronutrients, which is the vitamin and minerals, will actually be greater during the breastfeeding period as compared to during pregnancy. Okay, so this is something that everyone should take note of. All right, so therefore, it is best for mother to consider prenatal or pregnancy-related multivitamins even while they are breastfeeding. Okay, so the next part to my the same question is that during pregnancy and breastfeeding, can I meet my body's micronutrient needs? Means that through diet only can I meet my vitamin and mineral needs just by eating normal food? Okay, so the answer is all mothers need a healthy, balanced diet daily. All right, but in today's modern world where we are surrounded by lots and lots of processed food, okay, and then also the modern agricultural techniques. Modern agricultural techniques means like last time it takes ages to grow a nice vegetables, but then now within a few weeks, within a few months, hard to say. So with based on those facts, can we really meet our body's nutritional requirements through diet only? Okay, so a simple analogy. Today, if you have a plant, okay, we basically need water and sunlight for the plant to grow, for the plant to survive. This is the basic needs of the plant. However, if you want your plant, okay, to thrive, means that I don't want it to survive only, I want it to grow better and fatter, okay? So you do need fertilization. So this concept or this analogy is to share with you why supplementation it is necessary to complement your daily diet, okay? So third part of the question is that what are the micronutrients or vitamin minerals that I should particularly focus during pregnancy as well as breastfeeding? Okay, so omega-3 like fish oil. All right. Next one is iron, iodine, calcium for your bones. Okay, folic acid for the healthier fetal growth in your womb. Okay, and last but not least, vitamin D, which I mentioned just now. Malaysia, even though have abundance of sunlight, an abundance of sun, but yet many people are still deficient in vitamin D. Okay, so then the next frequently asked questions that I usually get is it compulsory for me to drink milk during pregnancy and while breastfeeding? Why I highlight this? Because when I talk about milk to most pregnant mothers, they will, either shake their head or have a very weird expression. Okay, so the answer is it is not compulsory. However, any milk consumption during pregnancy and while breastfeeding is highly beneficial because of its positive impact on both the mother as well as the baby. Okay, and research actually shows that regular milk consumption during pregnancy and while breastfeeding, it actually results in a healthier fetal growth and infant birth weight, meaning that your baby will be healthier, okay, if you actually consume milk on a regular basis. Okay, so moving on, if is there a link or connection between the weight that you gain during pregnancy as well as the breast milk production as well as duration, meaning that how much is produced and how long can you feed? All right. Sorry, I think there's a thunderstorm coming soon. Okay,
It's a heavy
so
thunder.
all right, so research actually shows that obese mothers tend to have, if you're obese, you tend to have problems initiating, means starting your breastfeeding, or even they tend to have problems like breastfeed for a much shorter duration. For example, if you target to breastfeed for 6 months, maybe you might not be able to because of your weight. Okay, so tips for healthy, better weight control for the mother as well as good breast milk production for the sake of the baby. You need to consider healthy, balanced diet and regular exercise. This is compulsory. And then another nutrient that you can consider is lecithin, preferably at least with 95% of phospholipid. Now, phospholipid is a big word, so let me explain to you what does it mean. Okay, so lecithin and weight control. Now, you just imagine you have this big ball of fat in your body, okay? So basically, you just need, so those green dots are just like little armies, okay? When the little armies attach themselves, stick onto your fat ball, okay, it gets break down or emulsified into smaller particles, smaller balls. So when you have a lot of smaller balls swimming around your body, it's easier for it to be excreted or removed from your body. Okay, so therefore it will help with your weight control. So how does lecithin contribute to your breast milk production? Okay, so research shows that regular lecithin supplementation, it is recommended for the treatment of plugged milk ducts. Okay, plugged milk ducts means your milk duct is blocked, so therefore you don't have enough breast milk production. Okay, this will affect how long you're able to breastfeed your baby for. Okay, so then this is the picture to show you what a blocked milk duct is all about. Usually it's quite painful, okay, and as Jeannie shared just now, she shared some good, very useful tips with
Very
everyone.
uncomfortable one.
Very uncomfortable, true.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So then we have this one. So again, being Malaysian, who don't like hawker food? Who don't like street food?
Food
Okay, so
paradise.
So some of the frequently asked question is that Malaysian hawker food is my all-time favorite. Can I have them while pregnant and while breastfeeding? Okay,
Yep.
so my suggestion or recommendation is be mindful of what you eat, what and where you eat them. Okay, so this is because your immune system during this sensitive or critical period is not that strong. So you may be at high risk of food poisoning. So if you really, really cannot stay away from hawker street food at all, so please try your very best to avoid dishes with raw ingredients, for example, raw cucumber, raw salad, things that are exposed or haven't really properly cooked, food with sauces or condiments that have been left out in the counter, okay, pre-prepared snacks in the open counter, like for example, goreng pisang, and ice drinks, for example, soya bean, jinjao, etc. Okay, so just some useful tips. Okay, I'll pass it on back to Jeannie.
All right, so thanks, Cindy. So before we proceed, just a simple summary. So just now Cindy just share with us some sample advice and sample meal that Malaysian new mommies can take during a pregnancy as well as a lactation. Okay, so because what we know is Malaysia really food paradise. Okay, but again, as what she said just now is that be mindful of what you take, moderate. All right, so we still can have milk tea, but be mindful. Maybe you don't want to finish the whole cup. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, huh? Okay, so for those audience, right? So if you just join us, right, give us +1. Okay, if you are watching at us, give us +1. And today we have a very honor. We have two experts, health experts. One is a dietitian from Growaway, Cindy, and one is physician from 1TCM, right, to share with us nutrition about lactation. So Cindy, actually for your information, just now we just have another request. Client, our audience requested to have more dietitians advice for elderly as well. So perhaps we could advise, we could arrange one of this topic. All right, and then so yeah. So in comment slides, SLIDES. Okay, if you are looking for our slides, because both of them have given their best. Okay, about the pictures, the massage. Okay, the food, the sample meal. So, but we may not able to remember now. All right, so comment slides. If you want our slides, we will give you slides for free. We will email it to you. Okay, so Jenny. So next will be yours.
Okay.
Yep. And Jenny going to share with us, right, how to make the lactation process smoother and more milk. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, correct. Okay, so
Okay.
the first one, you have to ensure sufficient fluid supply to your body. So if you have noticed that Chinese, when they do confinement, they tend to drink a lot of soup. And then for most of them, they will replace their plain water with red dish water, because red dish water can tonify our qi and blood. Right. But then I have to emphasize that every individual is different. So make sure that you don't just copy bullet what someone do, and then you just copy and paste and you do it to get the same way. So some people their body may just cannot accept it to drink radiates water every day. They may get heaty, and yeah. So you have to try and see. Maybe you have to take once every 2 days or 3 days. Okay. So every individual is different lah. Okay, so next
Okay.
is that you have to take food that is very rich in nutrients, where just now Cindy have shared with you. So I'm not going to go into this one. And then the third one is to avoid fruits that are too cold in nature, and also the raw foods such as raw salad and raw salmon. Of course, you have to avoid all this lah. And some fruits like watermelon and coconut, these are very cold in their nature. We'll advise you to avoid, but then sometimes it also depends on your body constitution. Like just now, if you tend to have very heaty body, then you can take a little bit, but not too much as well. We want everything to be in balance, including your diet also. Like you have to balance. Anything too much or too little is not good for your body. Okay. So other than this, you have to take good care of your mental health as well. So be happy, release your stress, because sometimes mommy tends to be very worried, very nervous when they can't meet their expectations. But then sometimes it takes times to reach what you want. And then in some cases, I have some patients. They come to me that they want to they seek for my help to help them to increase their breast milk production. But then after I do consultation and I check the body, actually everything is good with them. But then after that, after I check with their family history, their mothers and their sisters, all of them have the same problem where they have very low milk production. This could be inherited, so it's okay also. So don't be too stressed on yourself. It is okay also to give your babies formula milk if you really don't have enough breast milk supply.
Milk.
Yeah. And for daddies, you try to give full support to your mothers, to your, I mean your wife. Okay. So at the same time, you have to take good care of yourself as well lah. So happy parents can only bring out the happy babies. Okay. Okay. And other than that, no, the other
Sorry.
yeah. So mummies, you have to make sure that you get enough rest, because if you don't get enough rest, the potential of having depression will be higher as well. Okay, you still have a very long journey ahead, so rest is very important. Okay, and then eat mostly warm food, because warm food makes your stomach happy. And also, if you eat cold food, it also has the potential to weaken your stomach and spleen function as well. Okay, and then the other one is that you have to be consistency in pumping or breastfeeding. So because our body is very clever, so if you lengthen the time interval of pumping or breastfeeding, you are actually giving the signal to your body that you don't have such high demand of breast milk, so your body will lower the production of the breast milk. Okay, and then the last one is take care of your hygiene, especially around your nipples area, where you have to wash your nipples with warm water before and after breastfeeding. And then make sure you take turns to breastfeed both sides. Okay, and if you happen to have rupture over your nipples, make sure you treat it immediately. Okay. Okay, so that's all
Okay.
for the tips I can give. But other than all this, that if you have done all of the above, then you still couldn't solve your own problem, you can try to search for TCM
TCM.
Hub, where
Yeah.
yes, TCM, yeah. So the physician, they will do diagnosis and consultation on you. Then they will give you treatments such as herbal medicine, acupuncture, cupping, moxibustion, or acupressure to help to relieve the problem that you have. Yeah, through these treatments, then we can achieve the goals of strengthening your organ function, replenishes what is deficient in your body, and then also to unblock the stagnation or removing all the excess dampness in your body. Okay, so this is what we can do lah. So other than this, since young, we have to try to take care of our stomach and spleen, because now I realize that quite many people, they have a very weak digestive system. So
Yes.
yeah, if you don't want to suffer in the future when you're pregnant or during breastfeeding, then you have to start to take care now. Okay, that's all from my part. I pass back to Ben.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, some technical problem.
No, I finished
Yep.
already.
Okay.
Sure.
Wait, let me see. All right. So so thanks, Jenny. Okay, so audience again. So if you are watching at us, okay, today we have a our pleasure to have two pretty ladies, from Cindy from Grow Away and Jenny from 1TCM. So actually, my mistake from the first, I forgot to say what is TCM. So actually, TCM, if everyone doesn't know, right, TCM is stand from Traditional Chinese Medicine. All right, so for everyone's information, right, currently BENPHYSIO also working together, very close together with 1TCM, one Traditional Chinese Medicine. So there are few outlets of theirs, right, or there are few outlets of BENPHYSIO also do have some TCM services. Okay, so and Jenny, where do you located normally?
Klang Bukit Tinggi.
Yeah, okay, so if you're looking for TCM, okay, so you can, if you're looking for Jenny, so yes, you can look for her in 1TCM at Aeon Bukit Tinggi Klang, right? Yes, okay, yep. So I hope everyone benefited from this. Now I think the next session will be the exciting part. Okay, because our Miss Cindy, okay, going to throw us some two questions, right, Cindy? Two questions, and our audience are required to answer the both questions correctly and precisely. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, thanks to Growway today, because I think Growway has prepared us 8 mystery gifts. Okay, to our 8 winners, 8 lucky winners. Okay, so we will have 8 gifts to be given away. All right, so the terms and condition, the rules very simple. Tag 3 friends and answer 2 questions correctly. Okay, so Cindy, I pass the mic to you.
Okay, thank you, Ben.
All right.
All right, so now is the pop quiz time.
Yep,
Okay,
pop quiz.
so the first question, okay, this is something that I've covered in my slides just now. Okay, what is the recommended daily calcium intake during pregnancy and during breastfeeding and lactation? So the tips is that it's one number, okay, so and it's in milligram. It's measured in milligram. So yes, for viewers, they just need to give me that answer. You can by typing on the screen. Okay, so other than calcium, the second question that all of you have to answer is, what is the nutrient that is beneficial for better breast milk production? Again, this is a very easy answer. It's something that I've covered just now during my presentation. Okay, so with that, actually, that's it from me for today. All right, so I'll pass it back to Ben.
Yeah. So let me repeat. Okay, so we have two questions. All right, question number 1. Let me share the screen. Oops. So question number 1: what is the minimum intake for calcium? What is the recommended daily calcium intake, right, for pregnant? Okay, that's a question number 1. And question number 2: what is the nutrient that is beneficial, okay, for better breast milk? All right, for our audience, if you can't get the answer, don't worry. So because the answers will be also inside the in the comment rooms anyway. Okay, so so we will give ourselves another 2 minutes, okay, for everyone to answer. So we will give 2 minutes, Jenny and Cindy. Okay, so we will wait for 2 minutes. Okay, so all right. Wait. Okay. So for our audience, just a quick for our next week, right? BENPHYSIO will be back again with our physio sharing on low back pain. Okay, next Saturday, 4 p.m., 25th of July. So we're going to share about low back pain, and again, this low back pain we're also reflecting the common problems during pregnancy. Okay, common problems during pregnancy. So a lot of especially when they start to have especially when they getting into second trimester, third trimester. Okay, so stay tuned for our next Saturday's live again. All right, so for time being, we will wait for another 2 minutes. Hey, does my screen move just now? Eh, oh, how? Okay, so Cindy, before we end, right, do you have anything you want to share with others? Okay, maybe you just, okay, so this is the one. Yeah. So do you have anything that you want to share with others?
No, actually, I think what I've shared, hopefully, this is something that the information will be useful for everyone.
Okay, good. Thanks. Jenny, do you have anything you want to share?
I can share a little bit of acupoints that can help with boosting their milk production. Okay,
All right, sure.
So this is the breast again.
Okay, again,
Okay,
hold
so,
on. Okay,
okay.
yes.
Yeah, so one of the point is
breast.
at the end of your breast, below the nipples. This acupoint is Rugen. Okay, so you can massage on this point for about 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, and then another point is between our nipples in the middle line of our body. Okay, so we can do massage this way. Yeah, these two points, they are very, very effective in boosting the milk production.
Okay. So girls, new mommy. So we have two tips today. One is a massage underneath the nipple, right? And one more is in the
Yes,
between.
correct.
Yep. Yes. All right. Thanks, Jenny. So of course I have something to share as well. So yes, we know Malaysia have a lot of plenty of nice food. Okay. So everything go moderate. All right, and then make sure that you are fully nourished. Okay, for you yourself as well as your baby. Correct, right, Cindy? Okay. So hold on. I think just now there was a request. Okay. Cindy. Okay. Can my wife breastfeed if she had flu?
Okay, so when it comes to flu, it depends on the duration of the flu. How long have you had the flu for? Okay, so if I would say we still need to see the doctor, as the first point of call, because why we don't know the mother's health inside out, and of course we don't want to be transferring the virus to the baby. So I would say seek the doctor's advice first.
Yes. So the doctor should be the ONG doctor, right? Yeah, could be the ONG doctor. Yeah. So actually, what Cindy advised is because we don't know the flu where the flu come from, and you know lah nowadays, right? Surrounding us, there's a hidden virus. Okay. So if it's a hidden virus, it could be passing. Okay, we may pass to our young generation. All right. So yeah, best to check it out first. Okay. So 2 minutes ends here. So thank you all. Thank you our audience. Okay. Thank you our two pretty ladies, Cindy and Jenny. So hope to see you girls again in future. Okay. So thanks a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.